So I don't have a concrete vision of what District 2 has to look like, but what I would hope for District 2, my vision for District 2 would be that the community comes together. So I don't have a concrete vision for District 2, what it has to look like in the end. What I see my role is more in helping the community come together to do for themselves, to find creative solutions to problems, to express their voices and their needs, and to have an advocate for them to create their own vision in their own neighborhoods, in their own businesses. And this is a new district, so I really hope that it's a new day. I'm new to Sacramento, I'm new to District 2, and District 2 itself is new. So I think we have an opportunity to recreate District 2 in the way that we see fit. And that's across the community. We're going to have different ideas. But hopefully if we can work together with a certain set of parameters that says, you know, if we can stay between these rails, we can just be as creative as we want to be and create the community that we belong to, that we love. So I think the three things that I picked were lack of positive engagement of our youth, lack of code enforcement, and lack of economic opportunity. So by choosing those three things, it seems to gloss over all of the conversation that people are having about gun violence particularly, or homelessness. These things that we get bogged down in. And I say bogged down because if you're constantly putting out fires in your community, you really are not planning and you're not doing anything proactively. So I think our youth, we're not engaging them in a positive way. We have high truancy rates, we have gun violence, we have lots of theft. We do have people in our community who are engaging our youth, but they're not engaging them in a positive way. So if we don't do it in a positive way, somebody else is going to do it in a negative way. And I really think that's our most important thing that we need to think about, because that's our future. If we have uneducated kids, if they're truant, if they're committing crimes, if they're not engaged in their community, if they don't see hope, if all they see is despair, there's no way to guide them to a better way or to show them that it's possible, that, you know, they can dream a different dream. So I think it is absolutely a serious problem, and we're spending a lot of money on it. But I think the way that I would address it as a mom, as a former school teacher, I would say tough love is what we need. And I understand that different people face different challenges, and everybody has something that they have to learn from. The bottom line is these people are souls that are engaged in a learning experience just like the rest of us. They have challenges that they need to overcome, but the bottom line is they have to do the work in overcoming. Does that mean that I think that we shouldn't support people? Absolutely not. Does that mean that they shouldn't have lots of chances? As many chances as you need, that's how many chances you should get. But I think overall accountability with how we're spending the money, with what we're doing with it, is what we're doing effective? Are we moving the problem from one corner to another, or are we actually helping people? I think accountability is the number one thing. Okay. My number one goal as a city council person would be to create a public dashboard of accountability and communicate to the public how we're spending their money. So this is tax revenue that we're spending. We are, as taxpayers, we give the money to the city council for them to use on our behalf, to do things that are bigger than us, to do things that we can't do all by ourselves. So in this day of, everything's in a database, everything has been documented somewhere. So I think the number one most important thing we can do is create some key performance indicators And we can start that within the city by the subject matter experts, whether they're from the police department or the fire department or from city code enforcement, whatever those services are that we're trying to help improve our communities. If we can get some key performance indicators and roll out a dashboard to the community that says, this is how many beds we have open today. These are how many programs that we have in our community that are here to help you. We need to be the organizers of the information so that it's usable, so that people can effectively, access the services that we're paying. There's a lot of good people out there that are taxpayers. They keep voting to help homeless people. They keep voting to help people who are experiencing homelessness. I think people comes before the situation. But we don't know really if it's being used effectively. And then the second part of that would be, after we create some key performance indicators, we ask the community, are these the things that are really important to you? And if we're not capturing data about what's important to you, what is important to you, and how can we be accountable for that? So I come at this question from two different sides. So early, as a new mom, I worked at the sheriff's office in Pinellas County. Okay. We had issues there. This was back in the 90s, and we had issues there. Our guy's name in South St. Pete was Tyron Lewis. I hope I got that right. That was before say their name, but I think it was Tyron Lewis. And I worked at the sheriff's office, and there was a police shooting. And the kid was probably not doing everything he was supposed to be doing, but he wasn't doing anything that warranted
being shot.
Yeah. So this is hard for me because I was like right there in the middle of it. So I come at it from both being a mom of two young men who worries just like everybody else when she sends her kids out. Are they coming back? Are they doing the right thing? If they're not doing the right thing, are they going to come in contact with somebody who's going to help them do the right thing or push them to do the wrong thing? Are they going to come in contact with somebody who wants to help them in a nice way, or somebody who has determined that they are justice and they will mete out appropriate discipline, like on the spot? So for me, community policing means supporting your police officers who are doing the